On December 1st, 2016, I was diagnosed with cancer. I was at that time given maybe 4 to 6 months to live. I started chemo and radiation, went back a couple months later for a scan, and it had blown up and spread everywhere. They said that there was really nothing else that they could do. They would start the treatment back up. I was sitting in the chemo chairs, and just so happened that that day, the only nurse that was there was the only one that was working. Normally they had 2 or 3 nurses. She was the only one working that day. She was walking, to hook me up, and the phone rang. So she picks up the phone and she was like, "Yeah, hello, yes." She hangs up the phone and she comes over to me. And she was like, "That was a man from UT Southwestern, Dr. Jonathan Dow, and he wants to see if he can do something for you." So he said he wants you clean, meaning he didn't want me to start treatment. He was going to try to do what he could. Really how he knew that I was there to have treatment that day, how he knew to call that exact phone number and at that exact time, I have no idea. Because if he would have started or, called 3 seconds later, I would have already started chemo again and he wouldn't have been able to take me. Anyway, I started the treatment and immediately things started getting better. Everything was starting to disappear and go away. I was feeling good. Fast forward to today, I have had several years of scans that have been perfectly clean. Even my doctor's like, there's really no reason why this has happened. He's like, "You're a walking miracle." When I was little, I would sit in my mom's bathroom and I would read this little plaque that she had on the wall, and it was footprints in the sand. Knowing that God is always with you and walking beside you, and when you really need it, that he picks you up and carries you throughout those hard times in life. And when I got the news that it had come back and spread and that they were gonna just have to, my only option was to start treatment again, I thought about that and I was like, God, this is a time that I really need you to pick me up. And I knew whenever that phone call come in at that time that was God, and I used to always wonder, you read or hear about stories about Jesus healing the blind and doing, parting the seas and doing all these miracles. And, I've always wondered, does God really do it? Does he still do it now on earth, today? And I feel like I'm pretty living proof that yes, he does.